Okay, so okay, I wanted to make sure this is working. Okay, so the reading is about Haley and DDG and what I pick up in a psychic level and what I see. So, let me go straight to this reading. So, are they really, really done? Is Haley and DDG really done? Is Haley and DDG, are they really done? In a psychic level, I pick up that they're both in a lot of thought form. It's like they're thinking about one another a lot. I feel that they're both very unhappy right now about the outcome of the situation and the relationship. And I also feel like DDG's feels like he's mad, and I feel like he's also behaving very kind of like wanting to be by himself right now, not wanting to talk to nobody, wanting his own space. I also feel like, I feel like Haley is very intuitive. She's very spiritual, even if she shows this side or not in public or, heavily. I feel like she's actually very spiritual, and she's heavily leaning right now on her faith in order to proceed forward and make the best decision for herself. So I feel like right now she's very close to God, or she's talking to whatever higher self she believes in. So she's very much kind of like using her faith in order for her to feel better, because I feel here that she hasn't been sleeping well because she keeps thinking a lot, and she's also suppressing her emotions a lot. So she feels like very overwhelmed within herself because she's trying to keep it together, but she's trying to really portray like everything's okay. But um I feel like it kind of really gets to her, honestly. So let's see. Is Haley and DDG, are they really done? Are they really done? Okay. So from what I'm seeing here, with these cards, what it's telling me is that first of all, this is not the first time that they have had like a breakup or separation. I feel like they have had like breakups in the past, but you guys just didn't know about it. I feel that I feel like he's going to come back around, like, because he's very confusing. He doesn't even know exactly, like, it's like he feels very torn apart. He wants to be single, like he wants to be by himself because he feels like he hasn't really done everything he has wanted in life. Um but at the same time, I feel that he truly does have feelings for Haley. So he's very torn between 2. He's very, like, on and off thinking, like, yes, no, yes, no. Very conflicting thoughts that I keep seeing from him. But I feel like that eventually, um, he will get into his senses and feel like, that he does wanna make things work. So I feel like he's going to be moving forward towards to her, but I feel that she's not gonna make it easy for him, and she is also, like, sort of like saying, "You know what? I think it's just better to go our separate ways." That's what I'm getting from her. Because I don't feel like this is the first time he pulls something like this. It's just the first time we actually know, like, publicly. Really done. Also pick up that DGG wasn't really ever prepared for something so solid, like a very solid relationship. He pretty much got very stunted when things got started getting deeper, like between him and Haley. Meaning, when I mean that is that when things started getting like he had to have more responsibilities, he sort of got scared and started like behaving towards Haley a bit distant and aloof, very much in his head. He sort of kind of like acts like very to himself when he's very much conflicted in his mind. And I feel like Haley would see this, like she would be like, what's going on with him? I feel too that like sometimes he also would behave like I feel like his insecurities will make him behave in this way as well. Um, like he feels that she can do better, or that she is too like in a good way that she's like like they're in two different levels and that she deserves better. Okay, so DG. I feel like he can also be a bit passive aggressive too, and his personality picking up. Yeah. I definitely feel like right now in his mind, he keeps thinking on and off thoughts in regards to this connection. He really craves wanting to be alone right now because he is undecisive in regards to really letting this go, like for sure, or to keep this because his heart still belongs to her, but yet he wants to be sort of single and still do what he wants to do, like accomplish his goals and do things that he hasn't really accomplished yet. And he feels that this relationship is very much like a burden in a way. Um, and plus having a child and everything, he feels now like there's way too much responsibilities in his shoulders, and it sort of makes him feel like he is unable to really jug that. And I also feel that Haley like feels that he's not the most honest, like that he's not honest about certain things or thoughts. Like even in the past, like she feels that sometimes he doesn't really say what he thinks. Like she feels something's off, but he doesn't really say exactly what's happening. So I feel that her intuition is right. I feel like sometimes she thought, oh, maybe there's someone else, but it's actually him just like overthinking because he's definitely an overthinker. I feel like they're going to come into I feel like they're gonna be cool just to for the child. I do feel like he's going to be offering her something like, and I feel like the way he's going to approach her is by like sort of like trying to buy her something like that, or trying to get her attention very much in that form. Because I feel like she is very guarded right now. She feels very like not really wanting to even deal with him, ignoring him. She's also behaving passive aggressive. She's sort of like not giving her energy to him. So I do feel like he's going to be returning, like trying to offer her something so he can get her attention. But I feel like she's not gonna be having it because it's not the first time, that he behaves like this. He tends to have a lot of self-doubt, honestly. Um, I feel too that what these cards is telling me is that he's a lot of the rumors and a lot of other people's opinions really did affect this connection, and it really affected him especially, and her too. I see here, but um, it makes him feel like maybe this is not really for him. He's so confused. He lacks direction in regards to what to do. He's upset and he's very disappointed in regards to how this has ended and how they're not really communicating very clearly. They're not really talking about their feelings or anything like that. They're keeping it to the point. Let me see. What does DDG? What does DDG really truly think about? What does DDG really think about Haley? What does he feel for her, and what are his true intentions towards her now? Mm, okay, so I feel that he feels very insecure in regards to where this is going right now. So he's thinking right now he's not doing well at all. He feels that now that she's pulling her energy away, is that and she's not giving him no attention at all. He feels very like unhappy. He feels that, oh, this is really happening. Like she's really not willing to talk to me. So I mean, he has strong feelings for her, but he feels very like sad. I feel like he's not really gonna do no move. He's just gonna let things be and um let things be because he's very unsure too, so he doesn't wanna disappoint Haley again. So he's just gonna let things be as of now. I feel like in the future he will come back towards her. Let's see, what does Haley think about DDG? What does Haley think about DDG? What does Haley feel for DDG? What are her intentions? What are her intentions towards? Hmm. So I see here that she's definitely pulling away her energy. She's also removing her stuff. I think I don't know if maybe they did live together, I'm not sure, but I keep seeing here like her like moving her stuff, getting her stuff back. Like just making a big change, like moving. Maybe she moved back for her parents or something, or wanting to be not like living with him. I feel like she's also sort of like she feels that he's very deceptive. Like he's not really honest in regards to what he has in his mind. Like he's not clear, and that really upsets her. It makes her feel like she needs to kind of like sneak around and see what's the truth, because it's sort of like she needs to read his mind. She doesn't really like that. I feel like she's sort of kind of investigating him or trying to see, low key, trying to see what he's doing. But it's only because she wants clarity in regards to what he's thinking, because he's not the most clear person. I feel too that her intentions are right now are not really to make things work out. She sort of is also in the same road as him, like just kind of like just living the moment and really thinking right now, other than doing action, like doing any sort of action. Let me see. Let me see. So how is Haley taking this connection? Like how is she taking this separation? How is she taking this? Hmm. She feels very I feel like she's definitely in her emotions right now. Um I also pick up here like that she is really wanting to kind of like just co-parent with him. She doesn't like that. I feel like this I keep getting here about home, so I feel like she's not really living with him, but there's something about moving or not really wanting to be emotionally disturbed. That's why she has removed herself from wherever he lives at or anything like that. I feel like right now she can be feeling very anxious, very fearful. I do see here that she's very emotional and she feels like emotionally exhausted and drained. She also really craves to be alone, but she can't really be alone. It could be because of the baby, because the Ten of Cups reverse is very much for me represents, especially when you have a child. It happens sometimes in the in the real world that sometimes you just have to take care of your child, and there's not really much you can do. There's like you have to babysit, not babysit, but you have to take care of your baby. But sometimes you want your space. She feels like there's too much in her plate and she has to deal like, "Oh my god, I have so many things in my plate and I have to deal with this as well, like my feelings." And so she feels very overwhelmed because of this her feelings. Like she has to deal with her own feelings and then she has other responsibilities like taking care of her child. Now, I feel like I feel like she feels emotionally drained and I feel too that she's sort of like realizing the truth of this connection. I feel like before maybe she kind of would be like, okay, I'm just gonna let it slide. This behavior, like, oh, his things are gonna get better. But I feel like she has broken from that illusion that she had. Like, she's not gonna lie to herself no more. I keep getting her saying, like, "I'm not gonna be lying to myself no more. Like, I'm not gonna be, like, um, dealing with this." It's sort of like she's going to give herself an awakening in regards to this relationship that she had with him. And she's kind of like in this process of gaining a lot of confidence and clarity in regards to this connection. I also keep hearing here that sort of like the truth of this relationship is very much lifting, like the reality of it. And even though it hurts her, like she is trying to be strong and move forward. It's kind of like you're saying. I feel like Haley is saying like, this is who he is, and I need to accept that this is who he is. This is the person he is. I also keep getting here that she sort of feels like she should have listened to her intuition before. Maybe she already had like feelings that he wasn't 100% like going to be there, or going to be 100% there, or that he was kind of like very flaky in regards to really, really settling down or being able to handle that. Um, so I feel like right now she's very much like going to be very much focusing on herself. She wants to very much focus on herself. She is focusing on herself. She's doing everything like, she's doing what she's supposed to do, work and all these things. But, behind closed doors, I feel like she is going through it very much mentally because it's such a mental card, very much mentally. But she really very much tries to hide it because um she feels like that is the best way to kind of like go about it. Let me see. What does DDG think? What does DG think about Haley? What does he feel for her? What are his intentions? Hmm. So, and that's funny because I got the Nine of Pentacles again. So I feel that he's definitely in his head about her. Like he's thinking about her a lot. It's like he's really afraid. It's so conflicting. It's like he wants her there, but yet he doesn't want to lose her. It's like he's very scared that he really, really loses her for real. And he's losing sleep and he's feeling very anxious about it. Um, he is also very much trying to see a different perspective. He's really trying to um, ask himself the real questions here. I feel that he's going to let her be, and let her do her thing. And he's just gonna let things, he's just gonna go with the flow of stuff right now. And I feel that when he does come around and things are a little bit more, not so much tension between them, I feel like he's gonna come around again, wanting to rekindle this connection. But I feel like it's going to be too late for him. I feel like she feels like she doesn't want to deal with a person who's very confused, like yes or no, like very on and off sort of feeling. And I feel that she's not gonna really want to deal with that no more. So from what I'm picking up here is that he is going to return and try to rekindle this connection with her, but it's going to be too late. And I don't see her like accepting him back. So that is what I'm picking up. Thank you.